Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a casted game of Age of Empires 3, and we have the one, the only, the Sheikh 2020 here, playing as the Russians, a civilization which, it's not the best, not the worst, it's pretty mid-tier civilization at the moment. So, Sheikh, he's spawning in here on the left, but his opponent spawning in on the right-hand side of the map in the color red. It is Toast. And Toast is going to be playing as the Mexicans, a civilization which some say is S tier, some say is A tier, and some are halving copium, and say it's E tier. So, I mean, look, it's a good civilization, so it's going to be interesting to see what Sheikh looks to do here, playing as the Russians. We'll have to see what Toast looks to do. The Mexicans have a whole variety of strategies that they can look to go for. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. I know Sheikh certainly doesn't like playing up against the Mexicans. He hates any DE civ pretty much. So yeah, we'll have to see what Sheikh looks to do here. Well, he hates any DE civ that isn't Sweden or Inca. So any DLC civ he pretty much hates. So yeah, we'll have to see what he looks to do here. He's playing as the Russians. We'll take a look at opponent's decks in just a second as Toast has his coming through. And oh my goodness, look. Oh. Okay. Well, we weren't sure what strategy Toast was going to be going for a second ago, but I think we do now. I think we do now. FI, so Fast Industrial is going to be the way for him. Doesn't have a single H3 card in deck. That is kind of bonkers. That is kind of bonkers. He's sending through the 2 villagers and Hacienda Wagon card first. Then he's got a bunch of H2 cards, and then he's got a bunch of H4 cards. I mean, that... Okay, alright. Crazy deck right there. Not a single H3 card, which, I mean, it's kind of interesting, right? Doesn't have a single one. Which, I mean, sure. I mean, still kind of interesting, but it looks like he's going to be going for the forward Hacienda Wagon. We'll have to see where he looks to place this. See how far forward he can actually get with it. But Sheikh here, let's see what he's got in deck. So he's got a pretty standard 1v1 deck here. It's just called 1v1. Got Distributivism in there as his first card. And then the rest, yeah, it's pretty much a standard 1v1 card deck. Toast on the other hand, I mean, I guess you could call this standard, but like, it's definitely doesn't look it. But that Hacienda Wagon does come up. We got independence movements coming through now, which means revolutions and returns to Mexico are cheaper, which is exactly what you need when you're going for a fast industrial strategy here as the Mexicans. So yeah, definitely good that he's got that one in the deck. But guys, if you are enjoying these casted games, then consider subscribing. We're trying to get to 1K by the end of the month, or you know, in a month's time. I don't know. We want to get to 1K, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You know, all that YouTube jazz. Leave a like or whatever. Comment. Say bubblegum. I want to see how many of you type bubblegum. I think that'll be kind of interesting. Little social experiment right there. But back to the game, we see Toast. He's going to be aging up now with the Michoacan. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm rubbish at pronouncing names, okay? So I'm not going to bother pronouncing that one again. You have my best attempts. But Sheikh, he's going to be aging up. We're here with the Quartermaster. Yeah, there it is. Quartermaster will be coming through. He is preparing himself right here. He's got the blockhouse coming up in a nice little bit of a forward position here. We see he's got a card ready in deck, ready to send as soon as that age up comes through. So what is the plan here for Sheikh? Is he looking to go for an all-in H2 here? I mean, it's definitely a possibility. He's got the deck to do so, right? He's got plenty of things in H2. I said plenty. There's only 2 shipment cards, but he's still got like Boyars in there. You know, he can send through plenty of crates as well. So I think it's definitely a possibility for him, but we'll have to wait and see. Toast at the moment. He's just chilling. The age up comes through for him. But Sheikh, he also gets through the age up, immediately sending through the 13 Strelets. Toast revolts. Going with the Argentinians. Gets the barracks up on the front line here as well. Sending through the advanced frontier defenses. So it looks like he's going for some outposts now, which makes sense, right? Up against Sheikh with what he's most likely going to be doing here. Because we have a second blockhouse coming through now. 13 Strelets about to pop out. Explorer makes its way back home as well. Lots of musketeers. It looks like the blockhouse. That actually does a ton of damage. That's a ton of damage, in fact. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy how much these guys can actually siege. But it looks like Sheikh starting to build up a real mass here. Toast, he gets through the outpost. 3 outposts that are going to be being constructed in the base. Just buying himself time. That's what he wants. He's just buying time for that FI to come through. And we see here Toast. He's going to be preparing himself for the attack of the Sheikh. 10 musketeers, 13 Strelets, 5 Cossacks, 5 more musketeers. This is going to be a tough one for Toast to hold, I think. So yeah, the upgrade is through for the outpost. So I mean, it's a tough position to push, right? You got TC Fire, you're gonna have villagers hopping inside. You got Minutemen, you got these 3 outposts. You got to make it through this as well. Maybe Sheikh just dive straight past this, honestly. I think you can probably get away with that. Maybe just take out the barracks, but looks like he's going to be focusing down the Hacienda first. It's a lot of HP to take down, though. 3,500 HP. It's a lot of HP that, I mean, you don't really want to be wasting your time on, but I guess it is good to just take out, right? Just so you can just kind of forget about it. But Cossack's going to be running in here. Cossacks will be taking bonus damage here from the outpost, from the TC. So we see that lots of damage being put onto the Cossacks. Well, not low HP units, but you know, relatively low compared to other cavalry units. So they're going to be taking a lot of damage right there. So yeah, Sheikh, you need to be careful. Definitely not worth the idle time onto Toast for the amount of damage you're taking onto your Cossacks. But Sheikh, he takes down the Hacienda. He's now moving onto that barracks. More and more units are not coming through for him. Okay, so he's sending through the gold now. So it looks like he's wanting to follow this up with a Fortress Age. So not going in for a complete all-in here. Just kind of taking down this forward base. As we see now, Toast, he's nearing his way towards that return to Mexico. And there it is. 1,000 of each resource in the bank. And boom, Mexico is coming through. So he's got he's going to have the 1 shipment ready to go. Obviously this is the Revolution deck right here. He's going to have all of his cards back. So how is Sheikh going to be able to deal with this? Because he's still going to be stuck in H2 here. He might have H3 coming through in time. But yeah, it's going to be a rough one. We see gold in the bank here for Sheikh. He's almost got enough for it. Market is going to be constructed as well. So it looks like Sheikh will be getting through the age up relatively quickly. We'll have to see what he looks to actually go up with. As he's only a little bit away. There we go. He's got enough food. Almost enough gold. There it is. So going up with the Bishop. Okay, so interesting age up choice right there. But Sheikh, he's just waiting it out. He's sending up some musketeers to take out this outpost. Or the trade post, sorry. And Toast at the moment, he's just getting through this age up. Sheikh understands he can't really push into this base with these frontier outposts here. It's just kind of like a suicide, especially with Russian soldiers being so low on HP, right? Just outposts able to do so much damage so quickly. But Toast, he's about to get through the age up before Sheikh, which is, yeah, being an age 2 when you're up against someone in age 4, it definitely is, it can feel a little bit rough. But there it is. The age up comes through. Toast now sits in the industrial age. And the thing is, he's only a couple villages behind. He's what, 5 villages behind, which is kind of bonkers. He's 2 ages ahead. He's now sending through the 9 soldados. God, I am terrible at pronunciation. But also you get the falconet. So really, really nice card there for Toast. I mean, yeah, it's probably the best card to send, to be honest. That trading post will be going down, which is definitely nice here for Sheikh. And then we got the heavy cannons coming through as well for Toast. So Sheikh, he's about to get through the age up. I feel like this is going to be a rough one here for Sheikh. And the Mexicans just such a goddamn good civilization. Especially up against the Russians here, right? It's this the 3 outposts that just makes it so difficult for Sheikh to push in here. But Doc does come up for Shake, so it looks like he's going to be going for a little bit of water, which is definitely a nice thing to see. You definitely want to be collecting some of this fish. And we got that covered wagon coming through from the age shop. So Shake going to be looking to try and find a bit of a lead when it comes to his economy, which is certainly one way to play this, but you're still going to be up against an age 4 Mexican player, which, yeah, that's, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But yeah, this is definitely a way to play it, right? 2 TC as well as a Doc. Just getting that economic lead. Just try and hold that in the base here. You got your block houses. You got your veterancy upgrades coming through. But Toast, he's on the way with solid soldados, with 2 heavy cannons, with a falconet. Shake doesn't have... Does he have a... Oh, he does. He does. Okay, this is what I like to see. He's got his artillery foundry up. Doesn't have any culverins in the queue yet, though. He needs a culverin. Even if it's just the one, it's better than nothing. But yeah, he doesn't have enough wood. Doesn't have enough gold. He's sending through gold now. Probably want to cancel this fishing ship because, I mean, yeah, this is coming through really, really fast here for Toast. Toast doesn't have anything else being sent through, though. I say that, he's just sent through the 33 insurgents. So this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be a really nice mass here. The 4 Cossacks to get taken out as well. Shake. Still no culverin. He's got enough in the bank to do so. There we go. Finally, the first one in queue. He needs this out as quickly as he possibly can. You probably want 2 here. I think he's saving up for yet another one. I assume at least, but look at this, the amount of damage that can be put on here. It's kind of ridiculous, right? This Mexican strategy, I wouldn't say well, I mean, some players would probably call this overpowered, but we see the insurgents making their way in, going to be starting to siege down some of the blockhouses here, but Shake, he's moving in, he's ready, waiting for those culverins to come out. That blockhouse will be going down. Both blockhouses go down. The market going to be next. Villagers needs to be really careful here. Playing inside that TC. 3 culverins on the way. Culverins need to try and take out this siege. Insurgents need to try and hop on top of the culverins here. Shake, he's ready for the attack. Toast is going in for the kill. The falconet gets taken out. Culverin still alive on the back line here. Toast trying to find as much value as he possibly can here with... Oh, doesn't get the shot off. He gets 1 shot off here with the heavy cannon. The second heavy cannon gonna get taken out here. Toast not finding the value he wanted to find. Toast getting absolutely destroyed right there. And Shake keeps alive all 13 of his Strelets. Still has 30 Musketeers alive as well. And all 3 of his Culverin. Shake finding incredible value right there. And he's still on 2 TC and on a Doc. And now he's sending through the 2 Falconets. So he's got a huge economic advantage right now. Well, I say huge. It's not actually that huge. Toast is only behind by 5, which is kind of bonkers to think about. He's only behind by 5. But yeah, Shake should be able to slowly, well, I say slow, pretty fast actually increase his lead. Not only is he playing as the Russians, so he's got he's got the batch training rate, but he's also got 2 TC and a Dog. So yeah, he should be finding that lead pretty fast. But Shake here is constructing another blockhouse. Going to be repairing up that TC as well. And there it is. The 2 Falconets come through. This is where Shake can probably think about moving out now. Trying to maybe put on a little bit of hurt onto Toast. But I gotta say, Shake, this is one way to play the Russians right here. This is certainly one way to hold. You know, he's done a great job. I think that the timing's there on the Culverin. On the units, he knew exactly how to play this matchup with the TC, with the Doc. I think he's played this one absolutely superb. You put just enough pressure on in the early game, right? He didn't overextend into age 2. He knew the damage he could put on. Took out the hacienda, took out the barracks, and then was like, okay, yeah, now we just need to chill. But still, the game is not yet over. Toast, he's coming in for round number 2 here. Look at the amount of Lancers he's got here. This is a lot of them. How many has he actually got? 16, I think? 15. 15 of them. That is a crazy amount. But the thing is, he's facing up against Musketeers. Now, Musketeers for the Russians, they're a lot weaker than any other Musketeer, right? So, usually the way you'd play up against the Russians is mass cavalry, just because, you know, these Musketeers are kind of rubbish. And the Strelets get absolutely wrecked by them. But in a number this big, I think it's going to be tricky. I mean, like, we got 40 48 musketeers, and then we've also got like an explorer in there. We've got some strelets, which are not going to be doing too much, but they still help out, right? And cannons, they can still help out, right? I think this is going to be hard for Toast to try and deal with, but he needs to try and get us around in hit. Toast, but we see he's going in for the kill, going in for the dive. Toast, I don't think this is going to be a favorable fight for him. Cannon on the backline, focusing down the soldados. And we see here the strelets need to be focusing down the soldados as well. He micromanages that perfectly. Shake going to be losing a lot of his musketeers, down to 12. But I think it's just enough here to hold on here. And we see here the amount of damage that these things can do is pretty ridiculous. We've got more and more units coming in. Shake needs to bring forward all of the musketeers he possibly can here. But he has just enough musketeers to hold on. Shake, he knows this game to the point. He knows exactly when he can and cannot push. This man is absolutely crazy. I mean, this is the perfect Russian hold. I mean, maybe not the perfect Russian macro right here with 9 villagers just kind of sitting around, but there we go. Church gonna be constructed here. And Shake, he's ready to go in for the death push onto Toast. Toast may have some defenses up here. We see he's got, he's got some outposts, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough here. 8 Chinkados, as well as some more soldados. But I mean, look at the mass here from Shake. I mean, it's not looking as intimidating, but it's value, right? You got two falconets, some Culverin. Toast isn't going to be able to get any sort of cannon out. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit rough now for Toast. And Shake, we see. Okay, he's going to be looking to take out the soldados here. Chinkado's going to be trying to find a wrap around here. Maybe able to find a Culverin or two. But even still, the amount of value Shake's finding here is absolutely huge. With more and more reinforcements coming in as well. I don't see any way Toast is able to hold on to this push here. So we see his army just getting absolutely obliterated. 1 falconet stays alive. And GG is called. Toast tapping out. Shake taking the win here up against a pretty hard matchup for him. So very well played by Shake, taking the win here. If you did enjoy this casted game, consider subscribing, leave a like, and I'll catch you for some more Age of Empires 3 content.